Hey everybody, it's Justin from Justo Show, back with another video on creating this stick figure. Yeah. Alright, so make sure you save your stick figure or open up your stick figure from the last video, or if you still have it open because you watching it's back to back, Here's what I want you to do. We're gonna change the origin point of the whole stick figure itself. So click on the stick figure and we're gonna set it to his feet. Now we can, we can shrink and grow him by his feet. That's what that does. Now, if the origin point was at his head, you'll be shrinking him by his head and stuff. So it comes in handy if you do it by his feet, especially when you have multiple characters and you're trying to make them certain heights compared to one another. So, also another thing what we're gonna do, we're gonna give him like a 3/4 view. So, if you here, actually let's just go to the body, but I want to show you something else. If you Alt and right click anywhere, wherever you're trying to change, like let's say if I wanted to change something in the head and I had so many layers, Alt right click, take me right there. Alt right click, take me straight to the eyes, which I need to zero out these eyes. So go ahead and select the whole eye position, go to the Y, hit 0, enter, there you go. And we can give, it's like he's looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down. So there we go. Alright, but anyway, back to the body. So Alt right click on the body. What we want to do is select all the points on this body, and we're gonna go to this tool right here, Prospective Points. Hold shift and drag it to the left. So it's kind of like he's bigger on this side, and we're gonna do the same thing here. So select these arms, hold shift, select that arm, Alt to deselect. You have to hold shift and Alt to deselect. I mean, if you just hold Alt to deselect, you're gonna lose all these points that you already selected. Now just shift and select this point, and we're gonna do the same thing. So shift and drag to the left. Now for the head will be easy. All we have to do is Alt right click on the eyes, go to the layer move tool, and just drag it to the left. You might want to go ahead and do that too with the perspective, and then drag it. I mean, you can do it layer perspective here, but when you move the camera, it's gonna get weird. So yeah, now it looks like he's kind of looking off, like not straight to the left where it's a profile view, but a 3/4 view. So now let's go ahead and rig him up. So click on your bone layer. Now what you want to do, this is the add bone. What we're going to do is come over here to the hips and go straight out this way. This will be the root bone. So I want to call this root bone. You don't have to name it, but it's best to name it. And from the root bone, actually let me move it over. To move it, if you come to this tool right here, what is this tool called? Transform bone tool, or hit T. I'm going to move this over because I'm going to have some bones right here and I want to see it. So now we're going to go from here to the body. Now here we're going to go up about halfway. Then we're going to go up again to the head. And then we're going to go up past the head. And now what we're going to do is going to click here to select bone, or B. And we're going to click right here in this mid part. Now we're going to go back to the add bone, and we're going to click here, and then here, and then here. Now we're going to go back to select bone, go back to the same bone, add bones, then here, bicep, arm. So shoulders, bicep, arm. I'll show you why we're doing that. You can get so many poses with stickmen like this compared to the other way. Alright, now we're going to go back to select bone. Now this time we're going to select the root bone, and we're going to add some more bones, and then we're going to add hip bone, thigh bone, and leg bone. And if you think your thigh bone is too short, you can just go to transform to, it don't have to be exact, it can just be, a rough estimate, because this man is gonna bend, so yeah, it's gonna like noodles, so you'll be okay. Now let's go back to the root bone, back to add bones, hip bone, thigh bone, and leg. Alright, so now what we want to do, if you come over here to the bone strength or S, what you want to do is hit Control A to select all the bones. And we want to bring those down all the way. Now if you don't bring them down, this is what you're going to get. When you move, it's going to be weird. It's going to be very weird. So that's why we want to bring all these down so it won't control what we don't want it to control. Alright, now let's go into our stick figures. First thing we're going to do, easiest thing to rig right now, the head. Click on the head layer, the parent, then come to this bind layer, click this top bone. Now if reason we do that, this is what happened. See, the head is bind to that bone. Everything in that group is bind to this bone. Yep, isn't that right, Mr. Stickman? Yep. Alright, now what we want to do is go to the body, and you should see your bone tools. Now there's a lot more tools here than it is here, because now we're inside of the bone. So what we want to do is select this bone. Actually, let me go back to the body. So we're on the body, we select this bone. This is where we're going to bind points. There's a point up here. Now maybe some of y'all don't have this, but I added a point up here because this is the neck. We're going to select that one point, and we're going to click bind point. So now his neck bends with it. As you can see right here, earlier it just stayed straight, so now it's bind. Now let's go back to the body and select this point. We're gonna select these 2 points for this bone, bind that, then we're gonna go to this bone and we're gonna select this bone, this point. We're gonna bind that. Let's make sure it works. You can check it out if you click the manipulate bones. So it's working pretty good so far. He's bending. Oh, I got punched in the stomach. Oh. So yeah. Alright, back to the body. Now this bone will control this point, this bone will control this point, and this bone control that point. So I'm gonna go ahead and do, it'll be the same thing down here too. So I'm gonna do one arm to show you, and then you do the same thing for the rest of the arms and the legs. So let's go ahead and do this one. So this bone can bind to that point, and then we have this bone binds to this point, then we have this bone binds to this point, and then we're gonna make sure it works, because sometimes when I hit the bind points it don't cooperate. So yeah, so see, he have bendy arms, and if you don't want them to bend like too much, then you can just come here, go to your curve tool, and you can sharpen it out if you want, and then you'll have like kind of sharp elbows. But even when we go to animated, if you don't want it to bend too much, or if you want it to bend different at certain spots, you can always go and change that. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward to the rest of it where we have the bones. Alright, so I am back. My character is rigged. to my liking. You can bend here at the stomach. The very noodle stickman. God darn right. That's right. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do now. Go back here. So now we're gonna add some constraints to the shoulders. I mean, cause realistically your shoulders can't go way up there. So we're just gonna add 5 degrees on each these bones right here. Maybe 10. So if you click on your bone, go to bone constraint, click angle, and type in 5 for each one. So now, so I did that here. Actually, I want to do 10. We'll do 10. So I can go only that much instead of this much. I mean, if you need more, you can always stretch out the bones, but nobody's shoulders can like go. Well, you can maybe 15. 15 at the most. I mean, you just play around with it. See what you like, but I would say 15. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this to each one. All you do is select those bones. 15, 15. Actually, I didn't have to close that. 15, 15. Select this one. 15, 15. Alright, so now those have constraints. And I can move them now without having them do all crazy stuff. And so, let's say he's getting ready to fight like he's Goku or something. There you go. I guess we can give him a mouth. I might put a link in the description for you can download some mouths. Let me see how they look. I have some mouths. Body parts. Not that one. Now where are they? Oh, they way over here. Okay. Yeah, these is. I mean, or I can probably. I might create some mouse and give them to you guys. That way you can have some free mouth sets. So it's not really a lot in here. This is just one of them. So yeah. Alright, so that's gonna wrap up this video. And next we're going to start animating. Yay! Look, you're already animating after the 3rd video. Woo! You know how long it took me to figure this out and how to animate? I mean, this is very simple. I wish somebody would have showed me steps like this. But we're gonna get to the fun stuff. So make sure to check out the next video. And if you like, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see my work or my credentials, mostly my work, check out my main channel, Justo Show, where my cartoons are. So see you guys in the next video.